Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Medita, and today I'm going to rant, okay? I feel like ranting because last month I read over 20 books, and I'm gonna be honest, it was a hate reading month. A full-on hate reading month. I think out of all the books I read, I liked like five. Five? Are you freaking kidding me? It was honestly horrible. It was honestly horrible, and I'm today just going to be ranting. And I mean, you can tell this is a voiceover, a full on voiceover video over me building Lego because I really just want to rant. I also am not home right now, so I can't really pick up my books and show them to you. So this is my next best option, and also, not gonna lie, this is my first monthly wrap up ever. Kind of scared, honestly, not gonna lie. I've never done this before, and let's just see how this goes. Okay, before though, I feel like I should give you guys the definition of hate reading, which is something I did this entire month. Basically, I was a little dumbass back in 2020 and 2021, and I'd used to buy entire series without reading even the first book, and only then to realize I hated the entire series. Oh my god, I'm so smart, honestly. And I still had these books on my shelf. So this month I said, let me read all these books because I spent good money on them. I need to get these out of my freaking brain and get them off my shelf. So let me read them and then resell them. Honestly, like, please, I need to get these off my shelf. So I did that this month. And also, if you're wondering, Medita, how did you know you were not gonna like those books? Well, let me tell you, my book taste quite literally changed throughout the year of 2021, and I realized a lot of the books I thought were good before aren't really that good. That's why I'm not rereading a few series because I know I won't like them again. And yeah, that's why this is going on right now. So let's just hop right into ranting about some awful books I read this month. Also, maybe you might like these books. I just don't. But you know, you do you. Slay, live, love, love. You like the books you love. I hate the books I hate. So let's start afresh with the Pucked series by Helena Hunting. I started the series in April, but I wasn't able to finish it in that month, sadly. So I still had Forever Pucked, Pucked Under, and Pucked Off to read, and it didn't really get any better. Honestly, I was still disappointed. Forever Pucked is just a continuation of Violet, who is the main girl in the first book, and oh my freaking god, I've never been more annoyed by a female main lead. She's so much like, oh my god, I'm not like other girls, I'm so quirky, I'm so different. This woman literally put a freaking hat and cape around her boyfriend's dick. Just let that sink in for a second, because I don't understand how this is cute and quirky. It's just weird. Honestly, I do not support at all. And then also, she just slut shames every single freaking girl. And I'm like, aren't you the exact same person? She literally is just like you, and you're slut shaming her? Back up and sit back down. Honestly, I don't like her. And then there's Alex, the worst love interest ever. He's like, don't have a job. I'm a male. Testosterone. Ugh. I'm like, leave me alone, honestly. It's just so embarrassing and so 2015, not like other girls. Like, YN is this? Violet is the definition of YN. Then read Pucked Under, which is about the couple of Pucked Over. And okay, hear me out. This author already has a weird obsession with dicks and like boobs, anyways. It's really weird. But the dude in this book has a Frankenstein dick. They literally call it that in the book because he had an injury and they like stitched it back together. And I'm like, what is his obsession with dicks? It just made me get the ick. And his name is Randy Ballistic, and he gets called Randy Balls. Randy fucking Balls. I can't. It was just too cringy in my opinion, and it was just too much like overall smuts. I thought I was gonna get more plot, but I didn't. So, and in the novella, it didn't get any better. It was just pure sex at a camp house. Like, no. Then we have Pucked Off, which is the fifth book in this series, and this was the only book that got 3 stars. Round of applause, please. I gave one of these books 3 stars. I didn't think it was going to happen, and here we are. 3 stars? I'm proud of myself. Anyways, this book is about Lance and Poppy, and Poppy was the most normal girl out of all of them. She was the only one that didn't have a weird obsession with his dick, and I was really happy about it. And Lance also didn't have a weird obsession with her boobs, so I was like, thank God, because Lance actually had a pretty good background story, where he got manipulated really badly, and I was really rooting for him and Poppy throughout the entire book. I do, however, wish that there was a bit more going on. It was a 3 stars, but it isn't like mind-blowingly good. It's like an okay book. Some people might like it, some don't. So that's why I got 3 stars, right? Still the best book of the series. So if you ever would read any of these, read that one. Then I read Pucked Love, which is the last book in that series, and I was so happy I was done. I had never been more disappointed in a book because Charlene's relationship was built up since book 1, and it was this mysterious BDSM type relationship, and I was like, ooh, I wonder what this book is gonna be like. Ooh, probably hot. It wasn't. It was boring. Nothing happened in that book. They were completely different than in any other book. That I don't understand the hints that were dropped in the past books and why the author would change the relationship so much in their own story. I expected more from Charlene, honestly. Like, she was a fun character and then she just wasn't anymore. So I was just like, no. And the love interest, let's not even mention him. He's weird. Oh. And yet again, there was a weird focus on sex and body parts. Why? Then, for some freaking reason, I reread this selection. I actually listened to it. I didn't read it. Let's not lie here. I listened to it as an audiobook because I was building Lego, and I was like, let me listen to something that is easy to listen to because I already know it. And that was the selection. I'm right now listening to the second book, and I honestly know why I never liked that series. America is such an annoying character. I don't really know why I decided to listen to this again. It's just entertaining, honestly, because it's like it is an entertaining book. It just is so bad that it like doesn't outweigh the entertainment. It's just fun to listen to because you get all the emotions. You feel a lot of anger when you're listening to it, honestly. So it was a fun time. 2 stars, 2 stars for that book. It's not my favorite. And I was feeling a bit of a single daddy time, and I wanted to read a lot of single daddy books. Dad books. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying daddy. Honestly, this is fucking weird. So I read Change on the Fly, and this is also a hockey series, and I kind of then realized, oh my lord, I shouldn't have done this. I just hate read one hockey series. Why am I doing this again? And I knew I should have read it because I gave it 1 star. Like, why the hell did I read this? The book, like the story was honestly interesting, but it was so fast paced. I couldn't catch up with anything. I was really confused about the girl and the guy in the relationship. There was zero chemistry. And then in the end, like the guy proposed really soon. And I was just like, what? This is so unrealistic and weird. It's way too many sex scenes in comparison to plot. I had expected a bit more, but I don't know. This might some people might like this. I just really didn't appreciate the fast-paced book. I'm more of a slow burn gal. Then I read another disappointing book, and it was another single dad book, sorry, and it's called Mr. Masters by T.L. Swan. Now, I've read one book by T.L. Swan I really liked, and that's like from the Miles High series, the second book, which is a single mom book. So I did have high expectations for this, and my expectations were ruined. Honestly, I was vibing with the book till like the last 15%. I was like, this is gonna be a 4-star read. This is so good. And then boom, ruined 2 stars. I literally loved Brie. The love interest was so good. She was amazing. She was amazing with the kids. I thought she was the perfect stepmom material, honestly. And it's like a nanny relationship. So she was really good with the kids and I really liked her. But the fucking dad, Julian, is the biggest fucking asshole ever. I don't understand how his kids ever forgave him for how bad of a father he actually is. And I understand he went through something, but the way he treated his kids in this entire book was absolutely awful. And also, let's be fully honest, this dude almost cheated on the girl. And if you don't like cheating, this book definitely isn't for you because you're gonna be like, I don't understand. Okay, next, I hate read the Hades Hangman series, and I actually thought it was so bad and so much not like my taste that I couldn't even finish the entire series. I still have 3 books that I need to read, and I'm so sorry. I bet a lot of people like this series. I just don't. I couldn't vibe with it at all. There's so many things I didn't understand and I thought were confusing. So let me just list them off. When I started Ain't Me Babe, I thought it was actually kind of good, and then it went so wrong. Like I really liked Tilly Cole's writing style, but I was just like, what the hell? I really liked the entire Cole like storyline of this book, but then Styx was such an annoying character and he kept calling his fucking wife bitch. And I understand it's a biker language, but I cannot vibe with the biker language. I'm like, have some respect, leave the sexism behind, and respect your woman. There was way too much smut, and honestly, Styx is not husband or boyfriend material at all. And I was just like, what the hell? And there was this missed opportunity of the call me by my real first name because Stick's first name is River, and I thought that was gonna be then like their inside thing that she would only call him River, but that didn't happen. So yeah, then the cold part was just really dark, and I think it was a bit too dark for me. honestly, so that's why I got a bit lower rating too. But it was, oh my, the language was just the biggest part. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on why I hated every single one of these books because let me just explain. Every single one of these books has the exact same plot line. The girl comes from the cult. He is like a motorcycle like rider dude, whatever. The girl then like midway through the book gets kidnapped by the cult and they have to rescue her again. That goes for book 1, 2, and 3. Book 4, then, I was like, this didn't have to happen. Book 4 is a redemption arc. I'm not going to tell you about a who because honestly, it's a betrayal trope in the first book. So, yeah. Why? I did not think that this dude was redeemable, and he won't be in the future. Book 4 was, in my opinion, unnecessary, and it kind of ruined this plotline of the first book, honestly. So I didn't really like it. And then it just continues with the entire series. There wasn't really a plot for a lot of these books, and it just was annoying that all of these books had the exact same plotline of the kidnapping. Then I read Shatter Me, so 5 out of 5 stars. I love the Shatter Me series. I mean, we already know that's like my entire personality trait. Juliet in the first book is someone I really relate to. There are so many quotes in that first book that are like, wow, I'm gonna cry and bawl my eyes out because I relate to it so much. So every single time I read Shatter Me, I'm like, this is so good. And honestly, okay, here's the thing, right? I loved Adam in the first book. I loved him. And the people that are telling me that they that they like Aaron in the first book, I'm like, you knew then that Juliet and Aaron were going to end up together because honestly, I don't think that anybody who didn't know that would have rooted for Aaron in the first book. I just don't see that at all. Like, he's crazy in the first book, honestly. So, some of y'all are lying. So, let's just get that straight. And then I finally finished the Elite Kings Club series by Amo Jones. I read books 1 to 7, I think last year, and then I finally decided to read the last book, which is book 8, and I'm so happy I'm done. I gave it 2 stars. Madison and Bishop are one of the worst main characters I've ever seen in an entire book. The slut shaming in the series is honestly so bad. There's also this weird focus on girls not wearing any underwear under short dresses, and everyone does cocaine every single day. And I'm like, can we have one book with no drugs? And also, it's just so unrealistic. These people are like 18 to 20 and they're like leading a gang and like shooting out of a driving car. Calm down, go back to high school, honestly. It's just the slut shaming and everything, it's too much for me. I do not like the series, okay? Then I read Destroy Me, which is the novella for Shatter Me, and it's Aaron Warner's novella, and oh my freaking god, the novella is so good. I love Aaron in this novella, and honestly, the character development and his insight thoughts, I thought they were super amazing and very important. I think you should read this book if you want to read the Shatter Me series, honestly. It gives you a lot more insights on who Aaron is, and you will fall in love with him, so. Then I read Dare You to Hate Me by B. Celeste, and it was a 3-star read. It was good, but not good in a negative way, just like, some people might like it, some not. So basically we have Aiden and Ivy, and they're like, this is a second chance romance, okay? And you'll find out why, but Aiden was, in my opinion, a pretty good love interest, honestly. He wasn't a weird fuckboy, he was really cute, he did respect Ivy a lot, and I did like Ivy a lot, but there just wasn't a lot of chemistry. The characters were amazing, but where was the chemistry between the characters? Something was missing to make me feel emotional at all. There was something off, and I couldn't like really grasp their relationship. There was just no chemistry, as I said, no tension, no sexual tension. So then I, however, read Unravel Me by Tara Mafi, and it's a 4-star read for me. It's not my favorite book out of the Shadow Me series, but Kenji in this book is my holy grail. He is amazing. His relationship with Juliet develops to such an amazing soulmate, best friends level. I love it. He has amazing, amazing monologues that I take really to my heart. So I really love him in this book. Juliet as well, I thought she's amazing. I love how she gets stronger in this book and finally starts loving herself. I do ever think there are some things in this book that make me want to cry. I'm not gonna say what they are because they're spoilers. So yeah, I love Aaron in this book, and then Adam. What the hell are you up to? I don't know why you're like this. You're just not it, dude. You're not it. You think you are it, but you're not. Oh my lord, this is gonna make Lily mad. Next, I read Before We Were Strangers, and looking back, I might give it 2 stars, but I actually think it's a 1-star read. I had such high expectations for this book because everybody's like, this book is amazing, like the plot, the romance. where, because the love interest was absolutely awful. Matt is the biggest dick on this planet. Honestly, I don't understand how anybody thinks that he's a good love interest. I hated him in this book. I can't explain why because it's all spoilers. But if 1 plus 1 is 2, it equals 3 in this book, okay? Because nothing makes sense. The characters don't have the same personality throughout the book. They constantly change. And I'm just like, if you're supposed to be the sweet guy, why are you doing this? And also, let's talk about Grace. Let's talk about her, okay? Because she's the girl that goes, oh, I don't think I'm attractive. I'm so ugly. But then everybody has a crush on her. I just don't like it in books. Then also, there's this giant time skip obviously in this book because this is a second chance romance, as you should know. But I'm like, none of this stuff makes any sense. I did explain in my Goodreads review why, but they're all spoilers, so I can't really do that. If you want to check it out, go to my Goodreads because I explain in detail why I think that nothing in this book makes sense at all. Nothing makes sense, so you should probably read it. Not me giving a little self promo here, but yeah. Then I, however, read What If We Drown, and this is a German book by Sarah Sprins, and I gave it 4 stars. I thought this book was honestly really freaking good. I love the representation of alcohol abuse in this book. I thought it was pretty honestly correct to today's time. The only thing why I didn't give it 5 stars is because there's the look at me, just look at me plotline, and please, I don't want that. I do not want that. I really don't. But the plot is a bit predictable, honestly, but Sam, I think, is such an amazing love interest, and I do think that he did get a redemption in this book. And it's also about medicine and like doctors, so this is giving very much Grey's Anatomy. If you like Grey's Anatomy and if you're German, you should definitely read this book. Then I read Ignite Me by Tara Mafi, obviously, and 5 out of 5 stars. I will never say anything bad about this book. Juliet is my favorite female lead. She's so amazing, and I love the way she discovers herself and finally is fully confident in herself. Like, I want to be her in this book. And then we have Aaron motherfucking Warner and the amazing Lift Your Hips on Me love scene. Like, you can't ever go wrong with that scene in this book. This book is my comfort read. It's always 5 out of 5 stars. The romance in this book is amazing. Kenji in this book is amazing. The plot is amazing. It's not too fast, not too slow. Then I read Perfect Chemistry by Simone. I do not know how to pronounce the last name, so I'm not going to mispronounce it. Check. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was okay. I did eat it up, though. Like, I read this in like 3 hours. I was like, I'm entertained. I am entertained. But it's just the most there's plot line. It's the rich girl and boy from the wrong side of the tracks plot line, which is honestly a very classic plot line. Then there's like the we're not allowed to be together. You're in a gang. I'm a good girl, right? So I do like that, but there are some things said in the book that I don't really agree with, and I'm just like, it gives me the ache. So then I read Beg You to Trust Me by B. Celeste, which is the second book in the Lyndon Yu universe, and this book was like, okay, I guess. Okay, hear me out. Both main characters were interesting, but I was more interested in Olivia, who is a side character in this book and who doesn't so far have her own book, because she has more of a personality than the main characters. And here's a thing about this book which I don't understand. So the main character goes through something traumatic that happens to her at a party, but it's never fully discussed. We start talking about this dark topic, and I thought, oh my god, we're gonna like fully talk about this. We're gonna go into detail, and she's gonna go through some things, therapy. We're gonna fight what happened, and we're gonna get justice. And we got justice, but it was disappointing, honestly. So then my last 2 books of this month were Alpha Volume 1 and Alpha Volume 2 by Olivia Blake. So this is a graphic novella, like graphic novels, and I read them both in like 30 minutes. And I just want to know where the 3rd book is, because I am confusion. The first book, like, first of all, the art, fucking amazing. 4 out of 4 stars. 4 to 4 stars? 4 to 5 stars. The art is amazing. I thought the plot line was really interesting, honestly. Like, it's sci-fi, fantasy, breeding, mate, finding the perfect human, alpha, beta, omega. I was like, ooh, this is so interesting. But where's the 3rd book? Because the 2nd book was published in 2017, so I think I will never find out what actually happens. And I need a bit more, I don't know, plot. Like, the 1st and 2nd book are really fast. That's why I didn't give it 5 stars. But the story's interesting. It's just fast-paced and not enough substance to work with. So yeah, I just wish there was a bit more, but I can't do anything about it. And those were actually my last books of the month. Wow, this is my first ever like review, as I just said in the beginning, of the full month of reading, and it was a really bad month, so it's kind of weird why I'm starting with this one. I will forever film a video on all the books I read, and then pick out the best books I read, and just make a video on those of the books I read so far this year, because I've read now over 100 books. So I'm like, this was kind of like video material, whatever. So yeah. I'm also done with my Lego set now, so you can enjoy my new Lego Star Wars head because talent, proud, amazing, show stopping, spectacular, never been done before. You know how it is. I don't know why I just said that. Anyways, thank you all for listening to this video because it really is more of a listening than watching video. So this was like a podcast but on YouTube. Kind of weird, but we're vibing with it. So you do what you gotta do. You know how it is. Anyways, thank you all for listening to this. I hope you have a great day, evening, night, whatever time is it in. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Read a book. Read the Shadow Me series since it was really good. Read that German book I like talked about, or go hate read because honestly, it is fun. It is fun to feel anger while reading a 500 page book and only feel anger. It is entertaining, honestly, because you keep thinking why, oh god, oh god, oh god, and you want to throw the book all the time. It's very good for letting your anger out. So better than therapy, slay. So yeah, again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Happy reading and see you next time. Bye. Oh, also before I say bye, next time I'm gonna make a normal video again about reading, maybe a vlog, something else. But yeah, bye.